Hi guys, it's Gail with Broken Hearts Ministry. So I was just over at Kathleen's Literature More with Kathleen Pate. She did her first live stream. So, there we go. You found me.
I found you.
Look, I paid for it. See, you could see my logo up there and my little background thing.
That is awesome, Gail. I'm happy for you.
I don't know how many months I'll do it. I'll probably do it at least 2 months. Because I have income tax money, and then actually in about a week, I'll get paid from YouTube for my other channel. So I'll pay for it. I'll get it at least 2 months, but I did it for this channel to get monetized. I'm only going to do an hour because I'm going to be over at Jamie's later, and I don't want to spend all day on the computer. Right. I do actually have some stuff I have to go plant outside, but hello, welcome in Susan, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Welcome, Wendy with Hardneck Farms. Welcome, Tammy with Mountain Grandma.
Is this on my channel as well?
Did you hit it? Did you hit the button?
I just came through the link you sent me.
There should be an option when you're coming in to stream on your channel as well.
Okay, I'm going to get out and then go back.
Yeah, look for it in the corner.
Okay.
And then it'll have you set up your title. Yeah, go back and try again.
Okay.
Hope you find it. Okay, so I've gone live with her on her channel, but she's not gone live on somebody else's. Well, I think she might have done Angela, the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Welcome in Kathleen with My Alabama Farm Life. Welcome DJ's Adventures and Beyond. Welcome Jamie's Country Living. I'll see you later today. And 49 more with Jerry. Welcome in. Welcome in all you guys. So I paid for the StreamYard. That's why you can see the Broken Hearts Ministry logo up there. And I'm going to probably do at least 2 months of that. So if you're a channel that's needing watch hours, if you're that's needing watch hours, if you'll send me an email, I'll send that link out when I send it out, and you can come up and get watch hours at the same time. Did it show it to you?
No, it did not.
Well, was there a special setting you had to do for that to happen?
I mean, yeah, because it would show links on the chat, and I don't see anything. Let me go do something really quick. Don't worry about me, Gail. Keep your chat going.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
All right. So let me see what. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Ann Hens. You need watch hours? Okay. Let me write your name down. DJ's Adventures. And
no, it's not showing.
That way, when I send out links, I can send it out to people who also need watch hours, so we can pull each other up and be going live at the same time. So I paid for it. I should have it, but maybe there's a setting I should have hit.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe there's something I didn't hit that I was supposed to hit. Welcome in, Pete.
Yeah, there is. You're supposed to. It'll ask you if you want to stream like on 2 channels.
Oh, like when you set up the live?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will be looking for that. So I'll probably be going during the day. During my 2 months, I'll be like driving y'all crazy going live too much. Don't worry about it. If I send you a link, you can't go. Don't feel obligated. Just, if you're another channel that needs hours, if you have time, I'm going to send it the day of. So if you receive it, the day you receive it is the day of the live.
Okay.
It will always be for Broken Hearts Ministry. It will not be for Gail Southern Living. Now, if I'm doing an interview with someone, I will ask them if they want to stream on their channel. Because like this week on my other channel, I have Simply Jan Homestead. I don't think she'll want to stream on her channel, but I'll ask her just to make sure. But I have her on Marco Polo, so I'll just Marco Jan and say, hey, do you want to stream on your channel at the same time? But I may have to there may have been a button I didn't hit on that.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Don't worry about it.
I will be here for about 30 minutes. Back to school with Anastasia. Thank you, Nancy, for coming up and spending the time that you have. So P&J's Homestead Adventure, they're in New York, and that's Paula and Jason. And everybody's always teasing PB&J, but it's Paula and Jason. Paula and Jason. Yeah. And I think I'm going to move my live time up for my other channel to 5 p.m. Central Time. That way I don't conflict with the live that's on Grow Big TV. However, I do have some guests already scheduled. So I'll have to ask that person. Like tomorrow it's Jan. So I'll say, hey, Jan, can I move it up to 5? And do you want to stream on your channel at the same time? I'll just markle her. And then I'm going to look at my other guest. I have 2 more guests. Then after that, I'm going to start setting my lives up at 5 so I don't conflict with Grow Big TV. That way it can be like me and Kathleen. Kathleen goes, then I go. And with Grow Big TV, I'll go and then he'll go. And then I could send my people over to him. So I'm planning to do that.
And then we have our Wednesdays together too.
Yeah.
And Tammy does Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tammy does Tuesdays. Yeah. I still want to make up that schedule. I think I had it. I think I already had started writing it down somewhere.
And I'll be at Jamie's today at 3:15, right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think it's 3:15 your time, but it's 2:15 my time. Yep, we go together like peanut butter and jelly. That's right.
I know.
Butter and jelly. That's what everybody wants to call your channel. Yeah. So I'm in the process of moving my live time on Tuesdays up to 5 so that I can go right before Joe. And I set it at 5. That way I can go 2 hours. Then I stop, send everybody to Grow Big TV. And I'm going to try to write down who his guest is so that I'll know who to announce that's going to be on there. I think this week it's going to be some local people, like some regular YouTube people, not, super famous people like he has been having, like some guy from ABC. And I don't know. I don't even know how he sets up these interviews with these. Like
you just reach out to the people. You just reach out to the people and pray that they respond back.
Would ever in a million years think, except for Joe, who thinks like above the rest, he deserves to have a 15,000K channel. He thinks above and beyond where we're thinking. He deserves what he gets. Because me, I'm so intimidated. I wouldn't even think to send M.I. Gardner a link. Hey, can I interview you? I would be like, he's going to say no. See, I would never do that. But see, Joe.
You should.
He deserves to be where he's at, man. He does.
I reached out when I did my first collaboration. I reached out to somebody and said, hey, do you want to be a part of this? No, and I got a message from somebody else going, hey, how did you get so-and-so on there? I've tried to reach out to that person. They never responded. You just do it,
Well, there's channels that I've known along the way that when I first met them, their channel was smaller than mine. And as we've gone along with YouTube, their channel just blew up. But you know what? I treat them like they're still my friend, and I'll ask them, hey, will you come on and talk about gardening or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, 2 out of 3 will say yes. And there's that one that really did get too big and they don't want to, but most of the time they'll say yes. And one of those people is Andale Homestead. Still, if I send her and ask her if she'll come up, she'll say yes, she'll come up, and she done blew up.
Yeah, because we all started small. Mm-hmm. We didn't all start off with 20,000, subscribers. Everybody starts at the same, right?
Right.
So
we do. So, and every once in a while, Garden State Garden will come up on my channel, you know. So every once in a while, I'll just send him a link and he'll just pop up, you know. Bushcraft Family, he'll pop up and grace me with his presence occasionally. So he's got a pretty big channel as well.
Yeah.
But I just still ask. They're my friends.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm working on my connections too, Joe.
Yeah. I think these here's advice for you guys that are out there that are small channels. Here's the big piece of advice that I literally just learned. You're gonna get it right here from me. Okay. Don't worry about the other group that you're not in. Don't worry about that. Find your own people. Make your own network. People that you trust. They could be a bigger channel than you, same size channel or smaller channel. It doesn't matter. Find your group. Stick with those people. Be loyal to them. Find people that will be loyal to you. Make your own group, your own people. Find your own place. Don't always be trying to fit into everybody else's place.
Exactly.
Just create a group and stick with those people that you trust. And my group that I have, that's, you know, that we have, that several of the people that are in here today are in that group. It's a loyal group. It's people that I trust, and it's awesome. And it's really, really seriously helping. If you look at Broken Hearts Ministry's most recent video titled "Wow," something, it starts with "Wow, I can't believe this happened." And what happens in the video is somebody honks at my mom while she's trying to give a bag of groceries out to a homeless person who happens to be on the street. The sign happened to change, and the person honked at her, and my mom yelled at him. And I asked my mom, I was like, is it okay if I post it? She's like, yeah, it might help your channel. You know, it is exciting. So I posted the video. It got 549 views on it. And my network of people shared that out. And that proves, don't be embarrassed to ask people to share out your videos. You know, don't be embarrassed to email me or some of your friends and say, hey, can you share this video? I want to try to get it out. Because sharing people's videos does help. So there's some really, just make your own group of people. Try to join in other people's groups. But if you can't fit into their group, then just create your own group. Find your group. Find your
group. I found mine by accident.
Yeah. That's my advice.
Well, I shouldn't say by accident. It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nothing is by accident.
Yeah. Ask to swap playlists with people. I'm one of the people that's not afraid to say out loud, swap playlists with people. I'm not afraid to say that out loud. However, in the case of YouTube, it might be easier if you email that person and say, hey, would you be interested in swapping playlists? That way it's not all over the place. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Swap playlist. Ann Hens. Okay, so all of your videos that you have that you've made on YouTube need to be in an everything playlist or an all playlist. You can call it whatever you want. So put all your videos into one big playlist. Then you can have your smaller categories along the way. And then you can email each other and exchange, and that way you can help each other with watch time. Yeah, I was explaining to Anne that she needs to put all her videos into one playlist so that when people are lazy. So if you put all your videos into one place, All they have to do is hit the play all button on their laptop and walk away. That thing will play all day long. And that's if you have an all playlist. So I suggest if you're a small channel, put any size channel, put all your videos in one place so people can hit that, walk away, go outside, work in the garden for a few hours, and you're still going. So that's why you should do that. Thank you, P&J's Homestead, Paula and Jason. Thank you for that nice comment. Thank you, Kathleen. Much appreciated. Hi, Robin. Garden State so-and-so. Yes, I suggest an all playlist to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, not every live is interviewing people. Sometimes you're just chatting with people. Sometimes you do have the subject. Like this morning, Kathleen talked about trolls and things like that on her channel. I thought that was a really useful subject. So here's a visual for the ministry. So these are the bags we make up for the homeless. This is a regular size bag that we hand out. And let me show you what's in the bag. Okay. Oops, sorry. There's a pair of socks in there.
Well, let me.
And this is not a usual item, but my hubby gave me this. It's like that thing you wet it and you put it on your head for sweat. He threw it in there, so I put it in there. Playing cards. Wipes. As you can see, I got these for $1 at Dollar Tree. So I bought like 2 whole cases of them. Kleenex. Wash rag. Toothbrush. Razor. And deodorant.
It's so nice of you to do that.
We do a comb for the guys and a brush for the girls. And then at Christmas time, I bought all these body sprays that were 3 packs. So I put one of these in there. I put one for the guys and one for the girls. And a bar of soap. And there's a few of these little flosser thingies that someone donated. I just threw a few of those and some toothpaste. So that's what goes in a normal. And then we have a little paper that says it's man or woman or either. Sometimes my mom will she doesn't like to have to do the gender thing. So she'll sometimes have some that say either on them. So that's the normal things that we put in here. And I notice as I'm showing you guys that there's not a shampoo in this one. Look at there, I found one of my own mistakes. Now, Mom had the suggestion that when we go to the Salvation Army where there's a bunch more people, that instead of doing this really big one, we do like a smaller mini version. That.
I like that.
And so we might be doing these because when we go to the Salvation, so that's the size difference. Well, I don't know if you could tell it here. That one looks bigger. See, this is a quart size and this is a gallon size.
Yeah, I can see the difference. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we've decided to do when we go to the Salvation Army. So next month we'll do the street people. So we're going to use these bigger ones. But when we go to the Salvation Army, we're going to use these because we're going to have to do 20 each of these. So we're going to try to have 40.
Oh, okay.
Is our goal plus food. So Mom figured it out, and she thinks that this here would cost you about $5 or $6.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
So we try to buy anything in bulk that we can, like the bars of soap. Dollar Tree has the ones that you can do for 3. There'll be 3 Jergens bars in one thing. And then we try to put Bibles in all the bags, but occasionally we'll run out of Bibles. So we use these little boxes of prayer cards.
Oh, I like that.
And
I
they're
really
really
like that.
pretty. And they all have
Oh.
a Bible verse. So when we go to the Salvation Army, we might be doing these. We're currently out of mini Bibles. The only thing we have
Okay.
now are bigger Bibles. Hello, Mark, with Corner Clubhouse Cobalt.
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for coming.
So I try to
share her out. Share her out.
So that's some of the stuff that we do. I have Bibles now, but they're all big Bibles. I don't have any little Bibles because when we go to the Salvation Army, there's so many people there. We have to do smaller bags of food as well. So, we would have to do a mini Bible. We would have to do a miniature Bible. And we did have some of those donated, but we've used them all already.
Oh, wow. Wow. Where would you get the little mini Bibles? I haven't seen them in quite a while.
Dollar Tree.
Oh, really?
Dollar Tree in that literature section.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in Dollar Tree.
They have little white ones and little black Bibles.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in that store in forever.
Yeah,
Forever.
and yeah. Well, we use it a lot. Like you can get about 12 razors for $1.25. Like on the Kleenex, the little things of Kleenex, you can get 8 of those for $1.25. So that's why we included it on the mini. Mostly on the mini one, we included things we can buy in bulk, like razors, combs. The toothbrushes we buy at Amazon, it's like 100 toothbrushes for $20.
Oh, wow.
Then the little mini toothpaste, we bought those at bulk and on Amazon. And then the 3 for $1 bar of soap of Jergens. And then there's the Kleenex. Now,
I like that you're doing that.
you buy those 2 cases of wipes, but I've almost used all of those.
Oh my goodness.
I think yeah, I know. Last year when they put all those spirals on sale, I bought about 3 cases of those spirals, when they put them on sale for 3 for $1.
Oh, wow.
I purchased about 3 cases of those. I still have some. But
question for you. When do you go out and minister? Do you have certain days that you do it? Or is
it's not
depending on
certain
the weather?
Mom and I just get together. It's just the 2 of us. Occasionally we have had a third person. Her name is Charlotte. If she ever happens to listen. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you.
Hi, Charlotte.
She does run the channel. She plays the videos and she runs the lives and stuff. So she might possibly be listening at some point. My church is doing some donating. This last week, they asked what types of items we needed. And I told them toiletries because it takes quite a bit of items to, because $1.25 per deodorant doesn't sound like that much. But when you need 20 of them, so the miniature version doesn't have the deodorant. Yeah. This doesn't have the deodorant in it because we tried to put items in here that we could buy bulk. We could get more than one thing for the $1.25.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we don't like being cheap. We don't want to be cheap, but it gets expensive.
Well, anything helps them. You know what I mean? It probably warms their heart when you guys come out there and do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody is thinking of them.
Yes.
Besides all these other people zooming by, and you know what I mean? They appreciate every little bit. I am sure they appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I hit something.
It is windy here. How's the weather there?
It's nice.
Welcome back.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Somehow I started playing someone's video. What did I do?
I do that all the time. Hello, everyone coming in.
I started going all over the place. So some people at our church donated 4 sleeping bags and 3 huge bags of blankets. Now, the blankets I'm going to store for next year because it's starting to warm up here in Texas. But the 3 sleeping bags and 2 blankets we gave out last time we went out. So we just Mom and I get together and we pick. So we're going to celebrate Easter the first Saturday of April. So the second Saturday, we're going to go out and do ministry.
I got a thought. You probably already thought about it, but since the weather is warming up, have you thought about stocking up on the bottled water to hand out through the summer months?
We do a lot of like sodas during the fall and winter, but in the summer we try to focus more on water. So we do actually have a cooler in the back. And for this next time we go out, I'm going to give away water bottles. So in the winter, we try to give out the cups that are like the plastic coffee cups.
Uh-huh.
But in the summer, we try to give out the water bottles so they can put their water in it.
Yes. Like reusable water bottles or just the store-bought water?
Reusable. Are you having problems, Tina?
She's muted. You're muted.
Mute.
Your mic is muted.
Muted. Mute.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Oh, yeah, you were
Now
muted.
we can hear you, Tina.
I was getting my bread in its loaf pans. It needs to rise again. That's why I had left. So I'm sorry.
I done that yesterday. I made bread yesterday. Well, one loaf. I ran out of bread flour. I'm like, crap.
So I thought I would do just an hour since we're going to be on Jamie's later.
Yeah.
I did go ahead and set it up this morning with I finally found my debit card. I had misplaced it. So I said, I wanted to make sure the day I did it, I actually had a live that day, because, I know I'm going to probably do it for at least 2 months.
Oh, there you go.
2 months.
There you go.
So if y'all see me, if you have time, come in. If not, let it play and go run and do whatever you're going to do. I'll take it.
Hey, that's what I say. I'm happy just to get whoever I get.
I come in, say
YouTube
hi,
is really hard.
Go out and work in the garden. I'll leave people playing on my laptop, go run my errands.
That's what I do. That's why you'll see me come in and I'll chit chat for a few minutes and then you don't hear from me, but I'm there. I'm just busy doing something because you get spring fever and you got your house chores to do. You got animals to tend to.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going to do between this live and your live. I was going to go in and try to do some of my house chores because I'm actually.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
To get caught up on laundry. And Kathleen sent me some radish seeds, so I wanted to go ahead and try to throw those in the ground. I have to figure out where I'm going to put them, but
yeah.
I finally have a late mail call video coming out. What's today? Tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow, where I've received stuff from people. It's late. It's not as late as I'm usually, but it's where you sent me your stickers and I got some seeds and. Then I need to do an update on everything. My tomato plants, I'm going to have to, some of them, they're just so big. I brought them all back here. They're so big. Look.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Nice.
And I got I got one humongous one.
That's a pretty good sized pepper for indoors.
Tomato. Look at that.
Oh, tomato. Yeah.
Yeah, I just planted peppers. Cabbage, and peppers, cabbage. Oh yeah, more beefsteak tomatoes.
Beefsteak tomatoes.
Yeah, can you see these all? He took over my chair.
Oh no. I couldn't see I mostly see your craft stuff back there in your window.
I've been selling my cricket ball. The only thing I kept was my cricket maker.
I have a cricket. I don't know how to use it. Someone gave it to me.
I can use it. It's just I'm bored with it.
Jamie, you're echoing really bad.
I hear. What is that?
Just watch out for honkers, Gail. What is she talking about there? Honkers.
That's what I'm going to do, Kathleen.
It must have been something I said earlier.
I think we're all right.
Maybe working in the garden. Well, if you're talking about honking when I'm out in the yard, there's a full 6-foot fence around our backyard, so nobody sees me back there. Yeah, the good thing about radishes are you can just fit them in a little slot. They don't take up a lot of space because I have grown them before. And they do grow really easily in Texas. Echo's in here. Hi, living my best life at 60. Welcome in. Echo.
Well, I have to get back to work, but thanks for the chat. I hear it echoing now.
Okay.
You were echoing.
Bye, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Yeah. That's why I thought I'd just do a little short live, between now and just try to, since this is day one of starting my StreamYard, paying for it, I'm like, I want to get my money's worth here.
Exactly.
I don't hear any echo. Do you guys hear an echo in the chat?
You're fine.
Like with your mom.
What about me?
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. She's talking about my video where my mom's handing the bag to the homeless and they honked at her. And my mom goes, okay, wait. It was so funny. It was funny and it was sad at the same time. Now I know what you're talking about, Ann. Sorry, I wasn't following. I'm a little dense sometimes.
I don't understand why.
There was an echo. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I can hear myself echoing.
Only when Jamie's talking. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Anyone would like to be a guest on Day Lives? Do you guys hear an echo? Talk some, Jamie, so they can see if you're echoing. I don't mind if you ask, Susan.
No, I might not.
Anybody want to be a guest on the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch on Wednesday? Do you have the StreamYard, Susan? Do you have the StreamYard thing where you can have a guest up where they can stream at the same time? Do you have that feature? I'm going to leave that up just so some people can see it. Yeah. What are you going to plant today, Jamie? Are you going to plant anything?
I'm going to start my flower seeds.
Oh, I actually got down on the ground. What kind of flowers are you going to plant?
Petunias, zinnias, some bergamot.
Do you have Do you have your phone on the live too, Jamie? That's what Wendy asked you.
On my phone, yes, but the volume is low. How about now?
Yeah. Is she echoing now?
Yeah, I just turned it. I went off at YouTube.
Not a paid subscription. Timed differences. Does anybody have a collaboration or something they'd like to come up and talk about on the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch? I might do it, Susan. Let me see. I might come up and talk about the garden tour club and the weird container growing thing. If you don't. Weird container. Yeah, that one's going to start April 1st. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things I wanted to do in between now and when your live starts. I wanted to try to do my weird container announcement video because it needs to come out. It needs to come out before April 1st so people can kind of get ready. So people can figure out what they want to grow in.
I can't believe my
containers. Awesome. Oh, I finished painting on my tires yesterday. So I had 2 painted pink. I have 6 tires total. I painted the other 4 tires yesterday. The half of the bed that I had not finished painting pink, I painted. And then my husband did repairs on my raised planters. So I painted the wood on the end of those pink as well. And believe it or not, guys, I still have pink paint. I could paint everything in my back. I could paint everything in my backyard pink. That is the most paint I've ever come out of a bucket of paint. So I might go in and go ahead and paint my raised planters pink. I do see, though, where there's going to be another repair needed on my raised planter. I see another spot. I don't think that planter was made very well it wasn't made with very quality of wood. My husband was like, let's just buy you some new ones. I'm like, hey, I just slap a piece of wood on it. Yeah. See, I'm from Texas. I just wasn't brought up to like replace it. Like you just keep patching it up until it is
That's what we do.
until it is dead on the ground. Like
That's what we do.
That's what we do. And like our chicken coop got messed up with the hail. And my husband's like, let's buy some new ones. And I did eventually let him buy some new ones. But I had him put a piece of wood over where it hit the nesting box. And he put 2 or 3 patchy repairs on that as well. So we have a jacked up chicken coop and our raised planter. You can't really tell. I mean, it really looks pretty good because I painted both ends pink.
Well,
I'm still going on the pink. I mean, I could paint everything in the back. I mean, it is the most Pepto-Bismol pink you ever saw in your life.
Pepto-Bismol.
But let me tell you, hubby was at the store. The paint machine was down. So it was either white or somebody's reject pink. So I said, go ahead, get it. It'll be all right. He brought it home. I started putting it on. I was like, ooh. It was half price.
The sunlight faded, though.
It was half price.
The sunlight faded a little bit. You think?
Garden club. I am going to do a garden.
Susan, let me know when you need a guest. Just let me know.
That's a friendly collab. Okay. Let me know, Wendy's. Email me when you get your collab, and I will announce it on my upcoming collabs video for my other channel. I'll get that announced for you. You want to get guests each week and get away from the open panels. Yeah. That way, you can kind of gear the way you want your talk to go. Do you have a specific subject picked out for Wednesday, Susan?
I like to know the subject so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't mind if I mention my 2 clubs, I don't have to harp on it. Just kind of mention it casual. I mean, right now we have 22 members of the Garden Tour Club. Can you believe it? I didn't know there would be so many. I didn't think it would catch on. I just thought I'd throw the idea out there and see what happened.
Oh, man. Hopefully we get to tell ours in the next couple of days.
Your guest back
with me echoing.
I like pink, but it is very pink. It is very pink.
Wind gust 60 miles per hour.
Yeah. I don't mind. Pink is pretty. I think pink is pretty. Before I had purple, but the purple was painted about 3 years ago and the purple's starting to fade. But the purple beds are way on the ground and I just don't want to. Maybe at the end of the season, you could pull them up and paint them. But the way they are way on the ground, that would be kind of hard to paint, actually. Because when I originally painted those, I had them up on buckets and I had them up in the air and I painted them. Then he put them in place. I didn't paint them on the ground like that because they're too close to the ground. But yeah, I finally got my beds painted and my tires painted. The tires, I would say the tires do look really good painted. It just takes that rustic look off of the tires and gives them just like a pop. So I do like the tires with the pink. It looks pretty. But on the beds, it's just like, whoa, that's some bright pink. But anyway, nobody will forget my garden tours because they'll be like, there's the crazy pink girl. Look at those beds. Woo, let me put my sunglasses on so I can watch her video.
I've been doing mine in Hunter Green.
Yeah. If I could have picked, I think I would have maybe picked either to go with the other purple or maybe like a turquoise or something.
Turquoise is pretty.
Turquoise would be pretty. But yeah, kind of I just want that's why I buy all the yard toys and stuff. I just want my backyard, since I'm making videos, to have some appeal, some colors, some, because I know I have the most mismatchy beds and buckets and pots everywhere, and I'm patching up the pots. I'm just very frugal that way. I'm like, if I could just put a piece of newspaper in it, I can use this pot another year until it fully cracks out one side. Then I'm like, okay, I got to buy another pot, But there are some that I do have to throw away. But yeah, those Dollar Tree ones do not last very long. If you get the thicker plastic ones from Walmart, they'll last longer. But what I really prefer are those big ones. They look like barrels. They're made to look like barrels, but they're really thick.
I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah.
I have 2 of those. I'd like to go get another one. Yesterday, I planted my orange sherbet carnations and my purple carnations that I ordered from In My Gardener. So it'll be my first year to plant carnations. We'll see if they work in Texas. I have no idea. Your delivery is here. Yay, you get a refrigerator.
Yay, it's right. Woohoo!
I paint wood on my raised beds and shipping containers I get from my husband to make the wood last longer. So I do it to preserve, but I also do it for visual effect because you're making videos and it just looks prettier to have all that color with all your pretty plants and, you're just bringing appeal to it. But, I bought a couple of mushroom garden toy things for the yard, and I bought a really cool fan to go out in the yard that was metal from Hobby Lobby. So just every year, if I keep purchasing those things, I'll have a pretty neat looking garden outside. So just to bring appeal. When you're videoing your garden once a week, you want it to have some flair.
You do, especially if you're not, you don't have anything, and then you're videoing, it's like, oh, I need to do something over there to make it look better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I get that. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and there's things you can do that are cheap that, you can do for the garden. I found those really cool. They're like wooden planter things, and you paint the end, and then you could label them. So the first ones I did were mushrooms. I painted the top, the mushroom. Then I wrote with a marker what it was, say it was cilantro, and then I covered it over with varnish so it can be rained on and still work. And then next year I can kind of paint over it with white paint and then put a new label or whatever, just cover it up. But I can continue to use those. But I have 3 more packages. I just need the time to get in there and paint those and get them labeled for what I have left. Maybe I can get them labeled up for the wild garden, because last year I didn't get my wild garden labeled very well, and I didn't know what was what until it physically formed something. I was like, is this a watermelon, cantaloupe, pumpkin, gourd? I don't know what it was till it started to form the fruit.
Well, that's what my husband did last year. Excuse me. He planted everything. I wasn't out there when he planted. So then when I went out to do my garden tour video, I didn't even know where nothing was because he had it scattered here, over there, and he didn't read the labels. I didn't know nothing. I said, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I also have one of those fat Sharpies out there. So if I don't have a label out there, sometimes I get that Sharpie out. If the pot's a light enough color, I'll just mark on there cilantro or whatever it is, because I don't have a label out there with me and I don't forget.
Yeah. And you can also cut up your an empty milk container, cut it in slips and write something on it, and then shove that in the ground.
Yeah, I saw gardening with Caitlin do that too.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas.
They do red solo cups and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I've seen that video. You can also do popsicle sticks, but they rot when they're in the ground. I tried that already.
Yeah.
I tried popsicle sticks.
Yeah, I didn't have luck with popsicle sticks either. Sometimes I'll use the let me get a visual. Ouch. Okay.
So how's everyone doing? I can't I'm trying to do the chat on here, but say hello to Ann and Paula and Susan. I know, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying not to yap.
I will use these. But what I'll do is I'll write on a piece of paper what I want, then I'll laminate it, then I'll tape it on here. That way it'll last all season. Or at least until the plant gets up where you can visualize what it actually is. And then at the end of the season, if you'll pull them up, if you're planting some of the same things, you could still use them. You know, exactly. Which I've done. But yeah, there's a lot of things you could make them with. I don't have any solo cups. I do use almond milk, and I probably could clean those out and use those, but I just don't think about it. I get in a hurry. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to Dollar Tree. I'll just grab some of these. So one time I went, I just grabbed 3 packages of these, and I'm like, okay, you know, when you're out there, you're just rushing around trying to get it all done. And then before you know it, it's done. And you're like, okay, what now? I guess I just water it and watch it grow. Every day I just keep doing different stuff. I'd like to get out there today and work on, I'm going to do 3 sections of sunflowers. So on Saturday, I got 1 section ready. In the back, I planted the mammoth sunflowers. And then in the front, I planted the Velvet Queen sunflowers, which are the orange ones. And then I have another area where I had a desk out there, and the desk started disintegrating. And so I'm going to pull up some of that there. I'm not going to plant food there because I'm worried that the particle board might have put some chemicals into the ground.
Yes.
So I'm just going to plant sunflowers there because I don't really plan on eating them. I just have them for visual.
It's a change of weather.
I can't talk. I can't breathe.
I'm wondering if my computer needs an update.
If it needs an update?
Yeah, I'm echoing because I can't figure it out.
Did you come in on the link or did you come in on YouTube?
I came in on the link. Through streaming, I don't know what I did, honestly. But my computer took forever to get uploaded.
Yeah. One thing I have done is write with the marker and then cover it over with clear tape. I have done that before too.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. So that one works too. I've tried it all. Clear tape is your friend.
It's not on my chat. It says join the chat.
Her phone is close to her, I guess. Let me make sure it's not me. Am I on?
No,
I'm just going to turn my phone off to make sure it's not, doesn't have anything to do with me.
No.
I don't know why I'm losing my voice. Hopefully, I have to drink some lemon water before I come up on yours. Make sure I have a voice. Something. I got to drink something.
Yeah, you got her.
I can just sit there and do this. Be the silent partner.
That's what I'm trying to be, but let you know I'm like
this weekend. Yeah. Oh, it's hard. And I already mixed up my forget-me-nots and my cosmos. That's why you got to mark them right then or you're going to, oh man, honey and lemon. Yeah, I need something. I think it's allergies. I need to go in there and find my allergy medicine. I'm pretty sure it's like, because I was outside, first I planted all my carnations in pots. Then I did all the painting. I could have done planting, but I thought I need to have my painting done before my next garden tour video. So I made that a priority. I had to fit that in. By the time I came in, I was dragging my butt all over the ground because I was so tired. And I was like, and I had bought, normally I'm the one making dinner, but I had bought this stuff that my husband makes for dinner. It's like sausage and pepper and potatoes. It's a dish that he makes. So I had bought that, and he had determined he was going to do it Sunday night. So luckily, I could just go in and lay on the couch until he comes in. It's like, okay, it's time to eat. All right. Because normally I would have been having to make dinner after all that. But a whiz with herbs. What kind of herbs? Is this Paula or Jason? What kind of herbs are you trying to grow? I know that dill grows better. The first year I tried dill, I grew it in a pot. Didn't work. Second year, I grew it in the ground in a raised bed, and it went crazy and got taller than me. So I know about dill. Dill works for me. Parsley, however, parsley can be grown in a pot. Basil, I think it's supposed to, but I did go ahead and plant some more to make sure I got some. The unusual things. Basil, I usually plant with tomatoes. I don't have any time to plant, or I would have planted it. I planted oregano in a pot. I pretty much grow all my herbs in a pot except for dill and basil. Failed every time. Time takes so yeah, I was so excited thinking my lavender had came up. I got looking closer. I think it's weeds. I don't think it's basil. I don't think it's lavender in there. We'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up on the lavender. Not until I see some. Perhaps I had bad seeds. Yeah. I hang on to my seeds forever, so that's part of my problem. We have rosemary, lemon balm, mint, sage. Sage will grow anywhere. It's not particular. I have sage up already. Lemon balm should come back on its own, but I think I had already planted a few just to make sure. I did plant mint. My chives did not come up. Mint. I don't think the mint's been planted long enough to be up, and I didn't do any rosemary. But lavender's been difficult. You are supposed to cold stratify lavender, I was told. My chamomile's up. I'm very proud of my chamomile. There's little bunches in the pot. I did put the chamomile in a pot. Basil's your favorite? Yeah, I didn't plant I had lost my oregano seeds and just found them. So I just barely planted my oregano. Yeah, this is my second year on lavender. The first year was not successful. I think my chives didn't come up and my garlic chives didn't come up. However, my evergreen bunching onions came up and my Walla Walla onions are up.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah. I've started some flowers. I do a lot of flowers in pots. But this year I did determine I was going to put my zinnias in my baby pool. So I'm going to have a baby pool full of zinnias, and they are up just a little bit. Taters, carrots, and potatoes. I didn't plant any potatoes, and my carrots are barely popping up out of the ground. I don't think I'd order from them again. I'll tell you honestly, I win a lot of my seeds from Garden State Gardener. I should shout out Garden State Gardener in every video because there's probably growing from him in my garden. Matter of fact, I know for sure my tomatoes this year, I decided to plant Joe's tomatoes over mine because I knew his were more expensive and they would grow. Oh, my biggest pest is ants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping my mint will come up this year. They say it goes crazy, but
It does.
I had the chocolate mint one time and I managed to kill it. I planted it again this year. We'll see what happens. I planted it in my perennial bed. I'm hoping to eventually have a perennial bed that I can just let it come up on its own. I did go through and weed it, and hopefully I didn't pull anything up when I was weeding it. Now I'm going to let it come up on its own. So there'll be some weeds in it until I figure out where the actual plants are. And on your phone, if you take a picture, like you're going to take a picture of a plant, you want to know what it is, make sure it's the right thing. You hit that little square thing right under where you would take a picture. You hit that. It's like a Google thing. And you hit that and hit search, and it'll search that plant and tell you if it's the right thing.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to know, say if you had red kidney beans coming up, if you hit that, it should come up that. Like in my tomato bed, it was something totally random. And I was like, surely that's not what it is. But I just let it go ahead and finish coming up, and I'm going to scan it again in a few weeks and see. But I could tell it wasn't a common weed, so maybe I accidentally dropped a seed somewhere. Are you talking about planting them on St. Patrick's Day? That sounds about right.
Around the 15th.
Bye, P&J.
Be safe. Yeah, I have mint that I got from a friend, planted all the way around my house where the electric box is, meter box, and out by the greenhouse.
When can you plant outside, Jamie? Or are you planting outside? Were you planting that stuff outside?
Yes, these items that I have started in the house will go outside. The tomatoes, waiting probably another week or two, and we're going to sit them out in the greenhouse. And then I have the cabbage. We're waiting for them to get a little bit bigger, and he's got to rototill the garden. Right now it's muddy, and somebody borrowed a rototiller, and then we're going to get those planted out there. And the peppers, usually he likes to plant around April 15th, or not April 15th, my bad, May 15th, our last chance of frost. But the cabbage is a brassica, and they can take temperatures of 20 degrees, down to 20 degrees. It's the other stuff we have to worry about.
Yeah, I have 2 butternut squash up and 1 spaghetti squash, but none of my zucchini's up yet.
We have nothing. Well, we're already 7B, and everybody's weather's bipolar right now.
I think the ground's not warm enough. But my last frost date had a range of March 1st through the 15th. So maybe at sometime after Friday, the ground will be warm enough and they'll actually pop up for me, I hope.
Well, it is pulling a lot of my perennial flowers, because I call them flags, but my daylilies that we have planted around the septic, they're like this tall. I don't know what kind of little pink bush he bought me from Tractor Supply 2 years ago. It's beautiful. It's green. It's probably got 20 blossomed pink flowers. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said, a lot of my daylilies are coming up. It's crazy. It's just absolutely, my rose bush by my window in the living room is actually got new growth going on it. I need to go trim my 4 butterfly bushes, because you can only trim them between February and the beginning of March. If you don't trim them then, you can't touch them. It says you're not to touch them. So I have to trim them. If I don't trim them, they'll get green, but all the flowers, when it produces the flowers and the buds, will strictly only be at the end of the flowers, the branches, my bad. Yeah, so I need to get them done. And it's like, ugh. But I love my flowers. My whole yard is done for the hummingbirds, because I like my hummingbirds, excuse me. Yeah. And then I have the trumpet vine creeper. Y'all are familiar with that flower? This gets the really long trumpet flowers. Praying, fingers and toes crossed, that they blossom this year. I am praying they blossom. They're all over my yard. Hello and welcome in. Thank you for coming. I'm not echoing for some reason, am I?
I can't hear it, but
I'm not echoing.
We're going to ask.
I went in and see what it said on the bottom.
I haven't been hearing the echo the whole time. That's the weird part. They were hearing it.
I know they were hearing it, and I was hearing it. I'm like, what the world? Hello, Heather.
Sunflowers, forget-me-nots, cosmos, special buttons, carnations, zinnias, amaranth, which I consider kind of a flower, but you can't actually eat it.
Yeah, I have some of those that I got a couple years ago. I need to plant them. I need to plant those as well.
They have a little bit of like a reddish color to the stem, so you'll know when they're coming out.
Oh, okay. Are they perennials?
No,
I don't know much about that flower.
I don't think so, but I think it's a grain you can harvest. However, I just thought it was pretty. It had that thing coming down, but they need one thing I'll tell you is don't try to plant a bunch in one pot. They actually need space, and the top part will bloom and get bigger if you give it space.
Oh, okay.
I tried to put too many in a pot and it didn't really work. So just try to give it a little bit of space.
Okay. Sounds good.
And they're very drought tolerant because my amaranth made it through the summer.
And I still have not planted those gourd seeds that I got from you, Gail, because I don't know where to plant them. Where should I plant them?
Somewhere they can vine out.
Just, do they need a lot of sun, morning sun, evening sun? Shade,
a lot of light. Okay. I don't know about morning, evening light. Where I have them, there's no shade anywhere around them.
Okay.
There's no shade at all. And
okay.
For my gourd.
Tammy. Hello, Heather. Hello, everyone.
Everything in the wild garden is full sun. So
I noticed that. I like how big that is too.
Yeah, and then it has all that space it can vine out past the border of it all.
So I can't wait. Have you been working in that?
I have been weeding in that before I can start.
Same thing. You're weeding it, you're working it.
I'm literally saving it for last because a lot of the stuff that you grow in there, like pumpkins and cantaloupe and all gourds and all that, literally come out more in the fall. So I'm literally saving it for last, but I have spent quite a bit of time weeding it. I have about one section left of weeding it. But I had, when I went around doing the thing, I added some fertilizer, some bone meal, and some cow manure, just sprinkling. And then I'm going to add some of the dirt from the other side of the yard or store-bought soil, one of the two, on top of that, and then I'll start planting. I don't actually dig in there too much because there's actually chickens buried in there, and I don't want to find them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I just keep building on top of it until I can't anymore do that. But at this point, I'm building on top. I'm not pulling out. I'm just digging, which is really more natural.
It is. It is.
No tilling was done to actually. I have done no tilling.
You could call that what do you call it? No-till garden?
I have done no tilling this year at all.
We haven't done nothing.
On my sunflower garden, I literally got a spade and I surrounded it with bricks and the scallop edge thingies and made a little U-shaped area.
Oh, okay.
And then I literally pulled up the weeds and grass by hand and threw it back behind me. I'm not organized enough to be putting that somewhere. I literally pulled it, threw it, pulled it, threw it, pulled it, threw it. Seriously, you could see where
I do that, and my husband gets so mad at me, and then I have to go find my wheelbarrow and go back around. You better clean that house up. Yeah,
technically.
That's what I do. I just pull it, but I try to throw it beside me in a straight line going up the flower bed.
I'm throwing grass on grass, and that's where the grass needs to be, behind me, not where I'm
Tell
at.
my husband that
So
he has a fit if I do not clean up.
I'm putting the grass where the grass grows, behind me.
Well, I'm doing better because I'm throwing it where there's a bare spot. Because if I see a bare spot, I'll look and it's like, okay, it can go there. It can go there. It can go there. He says, "Look at that mess you made." I say, "I'll clean it up later."
He didn't say anything. He doesn't even. My husband's afraid to say anything to me. That would be like me walking into his shop and telling him he needs to organize things better.
That's what I keep trying to tell my husband. I don't go in your garage to tell you to get all this stuff cleaned up.
In his opinion, that's my space. Garden of Weeds.
I tell him the house is my space because when it was always he was going to take care of the yard and I was to take care of the house. And now I'm just kind of like branching out and trying to take over the yard. He's like, he's let me. I've got, like I said, I have flower beds everywhere. Everywhere. I love it though. I love it. I like playing in the dirt. I went and bought new garden gloves. And he said, "Oh, that's a nice thing. You're out there playing in the dirt in your bare hands, and you just bought you some garden gloves. So I don't want to get them dirty."
I didn't plant any catnip this year. I have planted it before. I heard humans can have it too. I didn't know that. When I had it, I didn't know humans could have it. I just thought it was for cats. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just planting it because someone sent it to me.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot on here. There's a lot of things that grow. It's like that you don't know that humans can have and they can't have.
I think I don't know.
I don't know what I do.
I don't. Is she asking if you can get catnip to chickens? I don't know. I
always Google anything before I feed it to my chickens. I don't care what it is. My husband said, "That's not going to hurt them." Just like green beans and potatoes. They're supposed to be cooked before you give them to them. But chickens can have cooked or raw oatmeal, just not the quick oats. And it's really good for them. Yeah. My chickens don't like cabbage.
I do that.
They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. But oh my goodness, they love the oatmeal. They love the oatmeal.
Mine love
me for the oatmeal.
Cucumbers in the summer.
There's certain things, yeah. Like potatoes they can have. But a lot of the stuff needs to be cooked. Like the green beans, potatoes. Just like for the dogs. They can have green beans, potatoes, but cooked. Pumpkin. Yep. My chickens do not like cabbage. They look at it like it's got 3 heads and I have 10. I'm like, here you go. And they're like, they'll peck at it. They look at me again like, not eating that.
My chickens do eat cucumbers.
Oh, mine love tomatoes and cucumbers. They say you're not supposed to give them, I Googled with the lettuce that not the iceberg lettuce. Has anybody had any trouble with that? I have not gave mine any iceberg, but they can have like kale and romaine, but you really shouldn't give them the
my lettuces are very mixed, so I don't know. Like this would bother OCD people a lot. This would bother if you have OCD, hold your ears and go for a while. Okay. So
you heard that. If you have OCD, cover your ears.
I was given 5 different kinds of lettuce. So I took a little medicine bottle and I poured all 5 packs in there and I put on there mixed lettuce. So I don't even know what they are. Because I like my lettuce mixed. When I eat lettuce,
and it's prettier too.
Yeah. Well,
it's prettier.
Did you see my kaleidoscope short on Gail Southern Living? It shows my lettuce.
Oh, I missed that. I got to go look. I got to go look at that.
It's really cool.
Wow.
It turned out really cool. I put it on this really neat kaleidoscope thing with music, and it's like a kaleidoscope. It slides the lettuce in and out, and it's just.
Oh wow! I remember those from back in the day.
Yeah, so it's my lettuce in a kaleidoscope. It's pretty neat. Came out good.
I bet that's really cool.
It is. Yeah, check it out. Well, I'm going to get off.
I definitely will.
I'm going to go work on my laundry and throw my seeds in the ground real quick before your live starts in a little while. So I'm going to get off.
Thank you for inviting me. Sorry I'm late. It's going to be the story of my life. I'm going to be late for my own funeral.
Me too.
Well, the dog, on my behalf, my little doggy had to go potty.
That's a loader. She's still back at the thing. Okay, let's go get her. Yeah, that'll be me. I'll be late to my funeral. That's definitely me. Thank you guys for coming in, and thank you, Jamie, for coming up with me. And
all right, 3:15 Eastern time, 2:15 Central.
See you.
Gail and I and Tina from Life in the Piedmont. Talk much? No, words are hard some days.
I'm going to be sending you
for coming.
Every time I do one of these lives like this, I'm going to send you the link. Don't feel obligated that you have to come. I'm just sending it to the people who need watch hours. That way I have somebody up here to talk with me.
Yeah, when you do it, go to your settings underneath your screen.
Uh-huh.
And then go to your other settings or general, and it will make sure the box is clicked where you can share it out. That's how I found it.
Let me ask you, did it let you go live with me? Are you live on your channel too?
I don't know that I am because I don't see anything to share.
Okay, there's something I missed somewhere, so I'll make sure I find that.
Go into your settings and then go to general, and then you'll see a bunch of boxes that you can click for us to go live. Because I did the same thing when I first did it. I had to go and find that to where you have to click a box.
Okay.
And then,
well, I'm not worried about yours. I know it'll be on there, but next time I do one, I will, which might be Thursday. I'll try to get that fixed up. But anyway, all right.
Well, that was fun.
I'll have it fixed for next time.
All right.
All right.
And I'll make sure mine's up and running correctly so that when you ladies come in that you can just stream to your channel.
Was it
I'm going to double check it now.
Jamie, was it something you did every time you set up the live, or was it?
No, once you do it one time and you're paid, you don't have to keep going in.
Okay, well, I'm going to go see if it's something I can
just make sure, go to your settings and then that box will pop up and then go to the general and then we'll give you a list of things to check out.
Okay.
And then you
Bye, Joe.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Hope to see y'all soon. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Sorry I echoed. Bye,
Bye,
y'all.